Donald Trump says build a wall. Obama and Hillary Clinton says let people in just at a moderate but slow pace. My name is Daniel Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about, inform my group about the different immigration rights and policies. Some of the common myths in 2010, between 1990 and 2010, although the immigration rate spiked dramatically, there was a plummet in violent crime by 45% and small petty crime by 42%. In 2012, there was a 40.7 billion population as far as immigrants is concerned and them coming into this nation. How it works, there's a chain of command. First thing you must realize is there's a difference between having citizenship as well as naturalization. Naturalization means you're able to work here, like getting your visas, your work permits, your green cards. Citizenship, on the other hand, is when you are born here and have the rights as an American, a full American that is. The process is very extensive. You have to study for 100 questions, but they only ask you 10. So it's pretty much training for the SAT, but having an elementary style test. The process is supposed to take 8 to 12 months, but it can also take up to 15 years. Throughout this time, you have to constantly re-register for your different green cards and permits to work here in America. There's also penalties for living here in the U.S. illegally. If you are caught during your process living here illegally, then you will be deported, and then you have to restart your application all over again. This could add another 5 years into the process of you actually becoming a U.S. citizen here in America. Certain communities struggle with this right to become a U.S. American citizen, mainly the Arab and the Latino community. Mainly in the Arab community because of the false accusation of every Arab is a terrorist or Muslim who's out to kill everybody. Another group is the Latino community, who I feel is the most hardworking community here in America, but the silent majority thinks that they're here to bring fear and crime to our great nation. So each community, both in the Arab and Latino or Polynesian or any other community there is, have different notary publics or liaisons, also lawyers who help with this immigration process. This can be very pricey and take up to 3 or 4 months to get done, and also $200 a session. Some of the things that immigration looks for when you are an abiding resident here is your work permit. You have to always constantly re-register for your work permit in order for everybody, or for you, should I say, to live here legally. Children does not count. Although it is in our Constitution, if you're born here, you are a naturally born citizen. You, as a parent, will not become a citizen. You still have to go through the process of getting your citizenship and rights. It's possible, but it's not guaranteed. You can have a work visa. This is for those coming international, mainly study abroad students or contract workers for different private companies. These visas are good for about 3 to 6 months, and then you have to re-register for each one. And also a green card, which is almost the most common thing. This just allows you to work here and live here in a just manner. If you're a convicted felon, if you have a long, extensive background of being a criminal, you will not be allowed to live here in America. They will deport you immediately. This comes to my last and final point, is refugees suffer out of all of this. If they are living in the Middle East or somewhere in Fiji or maybe even Brazil, and they're suffering from tyranny or a dictatorship and want to move to America to start a better life, just because you're a refugee doesn't give you the automatic first spot in line. You still have to go through naturalization, applying for green cards, and overall applying for your citizenship. Some have temporary stay. This is a temporary protective status, and this is a year or less. So most refugees go through this process in order to kind of kickstart their application as a U.S. citizen. Overall, our immigration needs a lot of reform. Hopefully our new president will continue what Barack Obama has done for our immigration and help everybody become a great U.S. citizen.